Okay. So, uh, so those of us online, you are welcome once more. And those of us sitting down here, you are equally welcome. Good morning, everyone. So, like I said, mathematics of finance, we only revisit, and we're going to take it topic by topic, especially what I treated. I'll take them topic by topic. And when I take a topic, I'll do analysis. Then I'll look at the past question we solve. Because you cannot just start solving. For some of us who have forgotten the formula or who have not started reading too hard, but they have started, but not too hard. Now, when you talk about mathematics of finance, we'll be talking about the future value and present value. So I'm going to analyze the formula and explain before start solving. First, I want to look at future value. I hope this is okay. FV is okay. Future value of an amount. Future value of an amount compounding yearly. Are you seeing what I've written? Yearly or per annum, maybe? Very good. I'm taking my time. First one. Our formula is FV equal to PV into 1 plus R raised to power what? So that's the formula we use anytime the question say, find the future value given the present value. This is the compounding what? Factor. That is multiplying. Multiplying the present value so that we can get what? Future value. Is that okay? Yearly or per annum. This is number what? 1. Number 2, I want to look for future value of an amount compounding monthly. This my compound now. I'm going to put alphabet what? M. Compounding daily, monthly, okay, weekly, monthly, quarterly, semi-annually. I don't read books. Semi-annually. That semi-annually is like 6 months, Abby. Which one again? Okay, fortnightly, and so on. Biannual is in a semi. Biannual is in a semi. So we're looking at it as daily, weekly, monthly, represented with what? M. If the question talk about daily, M is there to represent daily. You know that if it is daily, there are 365 days in a year, right? So it's going to be our M then will be what? 365. If it is weekly, there are 52 weeks in a year. Our M in that case will be 52. If it is monthly, our M will be 12. If it's quarterly, our M will be 4. I hope you're following. If it's semi-annually, our M will be 2 because it's twice a year they pay interest. I think fortnightly means every 2 weeks. That means it's going to be 20. So that means our formula on top, future value, will now be present value into 1 plus only this R will be divided by what? M. And why this N will be multiplied by what? M. I hope you are saying the formula. This one is yearly. This one is whether monthly or daily. Good. Still on future what? Value of money. Compounding whichever way you have decided. Another one is future value of money or future value of an amount. Compounding continuously. Are you there? Who's your mark? I don't know. Compounding continuously. When they say continuously, it simply means it's not ending. It moves on and on. It has its own formula. Future value, present value. Whether I write P, it's same thing as present value. Whether I write PV, it's same thing. E raised to power R times what? N. So you must know which formula to use. When they say continuously, you must know the one to, because if you don't know the formula to use, the question is useless. You must know whether it's this or this or this. I know in this class I can easily say, and those of us online, there's nobody that doesn't know how to press calculator. Are there anybody that doesn't know how to press calculator? So at least you all know how to press calculator. It makes it to know the formula, know this, know when to use it, and know when to use it. That one has gone. Still on the interpretation of future value and present value. If you look at the board, this is present value. The formula is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 components. And we can find future value, which is this. We can also find present value. If I want to find present value when the future value is given, I will discount the future value, which is also something as compounded. Take notes. Here is the present value of an amount. Present value of an amount. Compounding or discounting. Okay, let's say present value of an amount compounding. You know, that compounding means multiplication. And this one will be division. It's also the same type of multiplication. I will show you. Compounding yearly or per annum. So it's going to be present value equal to future value divided by 1 plus what? R. And that 1 plus R means we are discounting future value. And remember that I can still write this thing as FB equals times 1 over 1 plus R. You know this is now our normal formula that we use in a capital budget, where we say we want to discount. And like I said, one can still rewrite this as, I'm multiplying, so that is still compounding. But this is 1 plus R raised to power what? So minus, I know we are still multiplying, so it's still the same. So either we write it, or write it, or write it. They are still the same. But here we are compounding what? Yearly. And if it comes to present value, if we are compounding like this, it's still the same thing. Let's still say another one. Present value of an amount. Compounding daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, and maybe fortnightly. Remember, it's still alphabet M, So it's still going to be present value equal to future value over 1 plus R divided by what? M, all raised to the power of NN. That is in case it's future value. And they say it was compounded daily or weekly to the same. You can see this one and that one. Yes. This one. Already we know R. We know N. And the individual R, 2.7183. It's constant. This one is the exponent. And your calculator, you can get it yourself. So you don't need to rely on climbing it. It will give you 2.71, just approximate to 4 figure, 4 decimal. Oh, yeah, check. So that When you reach exam, you're not going to cram the thing. It's already in your calculator. Have you seen it? It's there. So even as I've defined it, it's just for formality. You can get it to your calculator yourself. Are you clear now? Is it clear? It's not something you bother yourself about too much. Another one is present value of an amount. Present value of an amount compounding, compounding continuously. What you see on the board, even if you read your textbooks, you won't get all. It's not story. This is a research work. But you will just see them solve. But I'm giving you all you need to know about future value and all you need to know about present value in one class. So don't take it for granted. Look at this. This is P. This one will go under Ramadi. That is negative. So in a simple language, P is equal to F, V. Okay, let's do the way some of us would like it. Abi? Like this, Abi? Or is it clear? Anyone you like. You know this P, this will go under Abi. Discounting the future value. So we have seen what you have seen on the board now is that we have succeeded in teaching you or explaining to you how to get future value of anything. We have also explained to you how to get present value of anything. Now you get it, yeah? Oh God. Yes, we get. Let me see. Please copy on time so that we can clean that. So, okay. What? One show. Okay, let me see. This ship. Try to use it. Okay, let me move it. You should show them the complete. That's one of the other. How come? Okay, let me see. Suppose you should, but if you don't show, what is it? Okay, let's say 3 times 1. But at least what is important, that's the formula. E is 2.7183. Any questions? We have just finished future value and present value of an amount of money. Fortnightly. Yes, I can hear you.
Can you show us that I'm trying to figure it out on my calculator.
Times 2 years. Twice a year. By 2. Okay, the person online, go ahead. What is this?
I'm trying to figure out that on my calculator.
Okay, the calculator is not saying E.
Yes, I don't know if you can show.
It is not showing. Our own has shown. Need to look at the board. Follow this one.
All right.
Follow who no road. But normally your calculator, I don't know the type you use, but if you use it, you will see it. There is E raised to power X there, right? So press it and probably raise it to power 1. and press equal sign, it must give you 2.718 and so on. But if it's not giving you the constant, this is the formula for anyone. So we have succeeded in telling you how to get future value of money, present value of money. We don't want to ask already. We can all find R, Abi. We can find R because it just changes subject of what formula. That's not a problem. And we can find number of years also, Abi. Applying log to where we need arrive. So this side is done. We want to look at annuity through the formula, explain loan amortization, explain thinking fund. They will now look at the question and see the one that can relate to it. The first question, then. That one you should know about. On a booklet. I'm talking about past question. Talk about what somebody
Please
has
mute,
solved.
oh, please mute so we can see.
I used to sit down. It's past question, right? Have you really given a past question? They know bad. That's the bad past question.
Kemi
Always
Adedele,
solve
please mute.
the past questions that was supplied, not the one supplied somewhere. It's for you. That one is for you. So now, not you know. This one now. Even this one is good. Okay, this is this current one. Okay, this is the trend. Okay, at this kind of the make today. Even this one not even complete, but at least they manage it. Like this 2018 now, 2019. A to what? D. Those are past questions for mathematics of what? Nine. I follow it. So, but this one we carry, I don't know where it's from. And this one are not to Sebi. This one is not today's matter. Sebi, you remember? So this one is mathematics of what? Everything we are doing today is mathematics of what? So that somebody will master that very. So that definitely this one you can't escape from this one. No. In the exam, even if they say there's no area of course, you can't escape with it. Mathematics of finance, capital budgeting, science and unscience. Even if they didn't tell you the area of constitution, it must come. You can't run away from this beginning. Because without mathematics of finance, there is no capital budgeting. So just understand that this one no not negotiable. What is the capital budgeting, certainty and uncertainty is not negotiable. But I don't know whether it will give you another one, but at least this first part, this 1, 2, 3, mathematics of finance, capital budgeting under certainty, that is 2. Capital budgeting under uncertainty, that is 3. Those first 3 is not negotiable. You must understand because it must come out. No leverage will come out, that one is sure. But you say they gave you a day. You have been taught now. Am I the one that taught you? You have been taught now.
Please,
By
can
the
we
other one. So it's not me that. It's the one I tutored. No, that's the one. That's the one to pay freshman. Can I clean? Those of us online, can we clean the board?
Not yet.
Don't forget all these things. So if there's no other, even if you are just coming today, seeing this alone, you are passed. The formula is there now. Even those of us that started with us, did I treat like this? We don't do it like this. So you are even enjoying more. The doctor, I think I saw a doctor. So with this, just take this thing home and begin to look at it over and then solve questions that relate to it. Can I clean? This I can go at it. So I have given you 6 formulae on this, and you should look at it very well. We are moving. These ones were future value and present value of money. Now we want to look at annuity. Annuity. This is called annuity. Still on mathematics of what? For annuity, like we have agreed one time, for future value and present what value. That one deals with single amounts that may not be equal. I follow it. What single amount? But there's a whole series of money that may not be equal. That one is not. But annuity must have equal payment or receipt. If there is equal payment or receipt, that's what we're talking about. Like if you check that your past question, there's letter D there, pension fund, have it? That's a very good one that talks about annuity. So when you pay regular amount, this year you pay 10,000, next year 10,000, next year 10,000, like that. So very good. So moving on like that. So if it's equal payment or equal receipt that is paid, some could pay at the beginning of the year, some could pay at the end of the year. So annuity is divided into what? Two. We have ordinary annuity and annuity due. Have it? So based on these two, for this one, we have future value of ordinary annuity, we have present value of ordinary annuity, we have future value of annuity due, we have present value of annuity due. Is that okay? First, as the formula, if you have seen this kind of thing before, I don't know. Have anybody seen this before? Anybody? Have you seen this kind of thing before? In mathematics. This is under sequence and series.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Geometric progression.
It was from this GP the formula came. If you don't know math, you have to get. Now from GP, what they did was to represent this with 1 plus something, 1 plus k, and represent this with 1 plus k. Hopefully. And then 1 will cancel. That one will be what? Ordinary k. And the k is interest, okay? With the later thing but to add. That's how we're able to get future value of ordinary what? Annuity. Because sometimes if you know where formula came from, you will forget. So this one turns to what? Future value. That is annuity into 1 plus what? R all raised to power n minus this one. You know, I have already separated this to give me ordinary k. Which is true of ordinary annuity. And that means that ordinary annuity means at the end. Let me put this one. Payment done at the end of the year. Payment done at the what? Beginning of the what? Year. Beginning of the year. So annuity due is beginning. Ordinary annuity is what? End. And the formula they say we should use, which I told you where it came from, you will just see them write it on the board. Well, I'm giving you the theorem behind how it came. It was from series of geometric progression, and they were able to do small representing R with 1 plus K, and everything goes there. I know that K is cost of capital, which you can turn it back to what? R and the formula K. Now that one is that. Having seen this, the next thing that will come is future value of annuity due. Future value of annuity due. You are all aware that when we say something is paid at the beginning, it will be higher. Am I correct? This is the end. So to get beginning, we need to multiply this by 1 plus R. Take note. If I want to get future value for 4 years, if I'm paying at the end of the year and somebody is paid at the beginning of the year, there will be difference of 1 year. Somebody will get more. The person that pay at the beginning will get more. The person that pay at the end will get less. So this is what? End. Beginning will be to multiply this by 1 plus R to get the next. That means it will be future value. This A, what I'm multiplying with is 1 plus what? It's just 1 year. Only one, not n. Is that okay? It's just 1 year. Because this one is ordinary annuity. They want to get this end. We want to get beginning. Beginning will be higher. So this times this will give us 1 plus r raised to power n plus 1. Are you there? Then this one times this will now be 1 plus what? R, which you know is just raised to power 1. Our R. So that's how this came. Future value of ordinary annuity, future value of annuity due. Now that we have known these two, we are all aware that if I want to get present value, I will discount future to get present. So I'm going to discount this future to get present value ordinary annuity. I'm going to discount this one to get present value ordinary annuity. I know that discount is to multiply by 1 plus r raised to power n. See, wait, this one. Maybe this. So is that how we're using this? Or we use it to discount the future value. So this is my answer for future value of ordinary annuity. I will discount this to get a formula for what? Present value of ordinary annuity. Any questions? Okay, we'll never get a question. We'll still there. Those of us online, I hope you are following.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So that means the formula now is 8, Abby. So I'm giving you 6 plus 2 now making 8. They want to make it 9. The 9 there is the present value of ordinary annuity. Are you there? Look at the board. For me to get this, I'm going to say present value will be the future value. Okay, stop. Okay, present value of ordinary what? Annuity. Let me just write AO. Will be equal to future value of ordinary annuity multiplied by 1 plus r raised to power. That means I'm discounting it, Abby. I'm discounting the future value. And my discounting will be A into 1 plus r raised to power n minus 1 all over r times 1 plus r raised to power minus n. So our real formula will come out. Present value of ordinary annuity will now be A. This one and this, Abby. You know, n minus n is 0. So now will be 1, Abby. So this one times this. 1 plus 1 r raised to power minus n. I hope they have not forgotten. So this is our formula. Is that okay? If you now have the formula K, when you get to exam, you won't forget. You'll remember. Just do the mathematics and get it in case. But if you have been using it regular, you won't forget. So finally, on this annuity formula, this one is present value of annuity due. Because as far as this course is concerned, it's all about remembering formula. When you read the grammar, you understand the grammar. You don't know the formula to use. Maybe you know the formula to use. You don't pass that. That's all. There's nothing there just to calculate this thing. The same thing. Present value of annuity due will be equal to the future value of annuity due multiplied by the discount factor. Here is we have A into 1 plus r raised to power n plus 1 minus 1 plus r raised to the power of just 1 all over r times 1 plus r raised to power minus that. Finally, our answer will come out like this. This one times this. You know, the n and minus n will go away. We're left with 1 plus r minus this one will be 1 plus r raised to power 1 minus n. I know in some of your textbook, they ignore the 1 minus n. Watch you. 1 minus n is the same thing as no, it's not like this. Are you following? This is the same thing as this. I can remove this my 1 minus n and put this like you see most of your textbooks. So whichever one, are you saying it? Because this time this is minus n. This time this is plus 1. So anyhow, so if you don't like that, you can say or a into 1 plus r minus 1 plus r or raised to power minus n. So anyone we like use is all of them is the same thing. Mathematically they are in order. So we have given you the 4. As far as admit is concerned, it's only for 4 formulae that is there. How to find the future value of ordinary annuity, future value of annuity due, present value of ordinary annuity, present value of annuity due. Nobody will tell you to prove it, but understand the formula to use at every point in time. But we have to show you how the formula came into existence. Now that we have seen that, one more thing to touch, then we'll look at the first question, starting from that 20, no, 20 is what there's nothing here. This one is not, there's no mathematics. No, let me check. There's none. No, I say here. There's none. LPT. Agreed. And I would look. I don't say you did there. I know my dad. I know they're not packing, you know, plenty. Only 4 days there. Now for us, I don't have many. And now for me, I see 4 questions. 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D. I think another one there. I don't check. There's no other of finance there. I think you don't see another one where I never see. It doesn't matter. What matters is that we have given you everything you need. Have you? For mathematics of what? Finance. Okay, let me see another. 2014 CDF. Is it not the same thing? They repeated it now. It's not the same thing. Not the same thing now. Not the same format. Okay, some of them are few. Oh no, like that D is not mathematics of finance. Adinaim, check that D. You to check out. 20.15. Check that 14. Is it mathematics of finance? Whether so the thing we don't relate to that. We'll leave them. Only A, B, and C. And that A, B, and C is the same thing as the beginning. The C here is the same thing. 2018, 2019, and that 2014 is still the same thing. But just that except that A is different. But informal, this is the former here. GTB. Okay, this is a heritage bank. But the figure is different. Okay, I'm going to determine. Okay, you do in charge. Let me see how far we'll go. What matter is even when we solve and people are getting it easily, that will make the class move forward. Wherever you solve explanation plenty, there's nothing we can do. But I know this first for shall finish it. They will not look for other ones. And remember, this topic has gone. We won't revise it again. We have started it today and it's ending today. Anyway, we will stop. Matter don't close. Now you continue. We have tried. We have given you everything you need for mathematics of finance. One more thing, which is also based on what is on the board. Can I clean the first column? Those of us online, are you true?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You
sir.
are following?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good. So let me quickly, I can clean this, Abby. Still on annuity, but we have just finished that one. But let's just write the thing that we need. The last one to complete this topic is the application of mathematics of what? Yes, we have done everything to apply. Apply the first one is loan amortization. Amortization. That's the first application. And anytime you hear loan amortization, it means they want to pay back loan. Right? And when somebody is paying back loan, that loan they collected now is the present value. Right? Are we true? You do understand? When you collect loan now, that loan is called present value. And you now plan how to pay back, either by installment or whatsoever. So the formula that works here is present value. Present value. Ordinary words. Anytime they talk about loan amortization, don't be mistaken. Follow the rule. That's the formula to use. Anytime they talk about loan amortization, that loan is the present with the amount you are looking for to be paying back every year. And they ask, they must have given you the interest of the loan. And you do number of years, could be 10 years or 5 years or 4 years, you slot it in and calculate. In the United States, you do loan schedule. Show them how the loan occur. And show them, if possible, if time permits, we may look at a question that will do that loan schedule. I know we did it before, but if you still have it, you can look at it. But at least, not every time they ask for a loan schedule, but you calculate. The next one is the sinking funds. Is that okay? You know the word sinking fund, that means person they plant money for grant, have it? They put it somewhere, which could be a finance company or a bank or savings account, and you are putting it down to achieve an aim in future. So because we are putting the money down against future, so we'll be talking about future value of ordinary annuity. There is no time these two has to do with future. It has to do with annuity due. Is ordinary annuity, the formula. A into 1 plus R, all raised to power n minus 1, all over what? Is it clear? On that note, that is the formulae that we need as far as mathematics of finance is concerned. We have given you 10 formulae. Is it 10 or 10? It's up to 10, Abby. The first one I give you 6. The last one I give you 4, Abby, making 10. And out of the last 4, we use it to take care of loan amortization. We use it to take care of sinking fund. So the whole formulae for this purpose, already we know how to find our changing subject of formula, so that one is not a problem. And for future value. Yes, Nanaya will take it. Future value of ordinary annuity. That one is present value of ordinary. So all of them is based on ordinary because payment is done at the end of the period. When you borrow money, you pay back when you don't use that. I don't know how they pay. This one, so you put it aside at the end of the period. When the company has made profit, they remove part of their profit and put in the bank. And that should be at the end of the period. They don't do that at the beginning. It's when you make profit, which is always the end of the year. They declare profit at the beginning. Okay. So it's when they have made the money, they start declaring. So we can't do everything for you. We have tried. It's just for you to do some effort. After all, we know who you are borrowed to write. We have to tell you how to do it. You have to create time and use your biro to do something. After all, you apply for the program. Nobody paid you. But you are paid. Tell me you paid. Now, form is available. Now, form is 30,000 now. Probably what you did that time was 22,500. Now, form now is 30,000 now. So, and somebody will go and collect. The form is out now. The postgraduate form is out. So, and others will still come in. It's 22,500. So you can see that Unilag is still increasing their money. Making more money, not minding whether it says hot. So that one is gone. So we are going to move on to see how we can solve some questions that relate to what mathematics of finance in our past questions. If there's other ones you see, you practice them, and let's see this one. This is 2018, 2019. I hope they all have it. I mean, they should still post it. Okay, help them. Help them, just A to D. Or you can even snap everything. Send that. What we're doing is A to D. Any questions? Who get a question? Nobody? 2018, 2019. Mr. Ogidon. That's where we're starting from. They say Mr. Ogidon lottery. Have it? Recently, won a lottery amounting to 5 million. I gotta try. Waiting press. I don't know. It is undecided. Person cannot win lottery because they decide. Because you have to be undecided. Because that kind of money, they come like that. You know, it's better. It's undecided, yes, as to how he will invest the money. He won't invest it. Okay? Because of his future requirement, he is considering an investment that will make his lump sum triple in 5 years' time. At what interest rate will Mr. Ogidon will be able to achieve this? We all know what to do, I mean. We all know what to do. So is there any person that read that question now? A. You don't know what to do. You can ask me. You don't know this. That's good. Who again? Another person? As you just see that because in examination, why you just see the question? And you don't know what to do. No, it's true. Because you can't come to this kind of class, you see a question. So, but after this class, it's obvious that when you see questions related to mathematics of finance, you should be able to handle it by fire, by force. Okay, those of us online, have you seen the question? Hello, are they still there?
What
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Have you seen it?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
question 1. Very good. What is the question 1? Those of us online that you have seen it.
They posted it on
Somebody to read, let me hear.
What year?
2018, 2019.
What year? 2018, 2019. You have sent it to the group, Abby. It has also been sent to the group. Never say, I hope I can clean everything now. Okay? So if you have seen the question, we are looking at the past question 2018, 2019 academic section. Past question. Okay? We're looking at 1A. What matters is that the man won 5 million. And that 5 million he wants it to be tripled. Abi? The present value is 5 million. The future value is 15 million. They agree? Well, like that. That means 5 million times 3, which is 50. Interest rate, we don't know. Number of years, 5 years. So we're looking for R. If you like, you can write this formula if you want it. The n roots of future over present minus 1. This is the formula. If you don't like this, there's nothing wrong. You just write our formula. This is our formula. It's okay. This is 15 million, Abi. Equal to 5 million into 1 plus R. How many years? 5 years. Oh, it's not clear? That's the formula, Abi. Is it clear? At least you must have written the formula when you came in. So this is our future value formula. I don't think that has changed. The man said this is the 5 million he wants, present value now. No formula I get minus our future value. The first one. The first formula I give to you today. You don't say the first formula today. We're not looking for future value. The man saying one the money make it day triple. Abi 15 million. Future value is 15 million. Abi 5 million times 3. Eh, one bank that will make the money triple in 5 years time. He wants to make money. But which interest rate would they use? He doesn't know. And that's what we're looking for. Like I told us when I gave you the formula, that you can be asked to find future value, can be asked to find present, can be asked to find R, can be asked to find N. All you just need to do is change the subject of what. Somebody may also want to use this, Abi. This is definition of R. From this same formula, if you use this one or use that one, you get the same answer. So me, I prepare so that the formula not go dey too much for my head. 15 million all over 5 million equal to 1 plus R all raised to power 1. That is coefficient of this is this. Divide both sides by 5,000. Trying to make this the subject of the formula. Is it clear? Who is not clear? You cannot go home like that. You must know book by fire, by force. So here is 3 habit equal to 1 plus R all raised to power what? This 5 over 1. It will become 3 raised to power 1 over 5 equal to 1 plus R. Any question?
What happens to the board though?
I think it's from erudite.
Network.
Hello.
Mr. Vincent.
Let's take the second one. Those of us online, are you still there?
We just joined you. We lost you completely.
Are you still the bar?
Yes, we are.
Okay. So we are moving to 1B. According to 1B,
Mr. Vincent, we lost you completely. That number 1A.
Just join back.
We just
We lost you all through.
we've been we lost you. They put us off completely.
Justice for the poor. Justice for the poor. I'm just seeing it now.
only then I think. Thank God. Is there? Renting my own apartment.
Mr. Vincent, no, you take my tell us now. No, guys, this thing is not too clear.
We are telling to you. Buy a car,
What is your final answer to that rate? So that we just
send parents. How much? At the end of every month, at an interest rate of this, the people have there are three things. What is here? Amount of deposit. Unlike now it's future value and present value. Where is going to put the money? So make sure it works. So we do it one by one and tell everything. Salary is 4 million. We will rent that. Rent furniture.
Rent house.
Wrap everything together. And 4 million is not important to us. What is more important to us is how much is going to pay for.
What we know is that from that 4 million, they'll be dropping money. But that 4 million is not that he has to plan for the new, for this future value, ordinary. Because we will not go, it's not lump sum. We have it, but the worst what we put in that. And it's not fair. And we're going to confirm monthly.
How about every? This is equal. Because it's equal, it's not annuity. And because at the end, it becomes future value ordinary annuity. What's not the formula to use? Is it clear now? Those of us there, I know the question. You are seeing the question. Let them. Online, okay now.
Please, the board is not showing well.
The board is not showing me. Yeah, we are trying to connect you so that
It's not that.
and the behavior of the effort.
Objective and third platform. So, tell us.
Online.
Hello, Mr. Gideon, we can hear you.
No, we can hear you, but can you hear us now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, that means we are good to go. Is the network issue?
Please, Mr. Vincent should explain to us the working.
And someone should help us snap the board, please.
Okay. All right. Can we continue now?
Hello,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, you can continue, please.
Okay, Mr. V, I think this thing is not working for now.
Okay, now the end is not. It's working. It's working now. It's working now. Hello.
People love me. Love me.
I cannot finish. Hello, what's online? Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, I can hear you.
So you are still on here, Abi? Question one here. Oh, you have seen it. Question one here has been solved, Abi. No, those of us online. Okay, we are moving to question 1B.
So can you explain it too? I got 2 points. I don't know how. Maybe it's my calculation. The question
Okay,
number
just
1A.
Okay, better. The calculation is the problem.
But can you just explain?
Oh, yeah, now let me explain. The man won 5 million naira, Abi. 5 million naira is the present value, which is this. And the man said he's looking for a bank that will triple his money. Triple means multiply 5 million by 3. That will be 50 million. Are you there? Hello?
Yes,
I'm there, sir.
Uh-huh. 5 million times 3 is 50 million. 50 million is not the future value. Present value is still 5 million of the lottery he won. 1 plus R we don't know. Number of years is what? 5. The coefficient of this, the coefficient of 1 plus R is 5 million. Divide both sides by 5 million. We have this. We have 3. And this is 1 plus R raised to power 5. 5 means 5 over 1. Take this to this side because 1 over 5 equal to 1 plus R. If you press your calculator, 3 raised to power 1 over 5 or 3 raised to power 0.5 will give you 1.246. This plus, it will come to this side becoming minus 1. Subtraction, we'll get 0.246. Multiply by 100, it gives us 24.6%. So we are moving to question 1B. Informer just, are we there now? Informer just secured a job with GTB Bank on an annual salary of 4 million naira. That is the money she earned or she's going to earn. And based on that money, he decided to plan her future. He decided to have a plan. 4 million will not be in our calculation. 4 million is the money she is going to earn. And she's now planning of what he will do to achieve all these plans. We move. According to her, I thank God for this job. I will not be able to achieve some of my immediate goals, which include her immediate goals are many. Ali, we can see for here. First goal, she wants to rent my own apartment with furnishing amounting to 1.2 million in a year's time. That is raised to power 1. Abi? No, don't relax. I mean, they read not do it. That is 1 year, Abi. That is the first goal. Second goal, buy a car amounting to 2 million naira in 2 years' time. She's not saying she wants to buy a car. She's only planning for future. And because future is involved, our formula is starting with future value. Abi? We want to know whether it's this or another formula. Let's move on. Okay. Second plan, go. Third plan. Send my younger brother that is worrying me all this while abroad. And that will cost her 1.5 million in 3 years' time. It's still future work, but we don't know the formula yet. We'll find out. Fourthly, assist my parents with my marriage expenses amounting to 3 million in 4 years' time. She's planning to marry. Okay? No, my parents want to. They didn't say that the husband wants it. You want to marry, go look for money to marry. They say want to assist the parents. I want to depress.
She won't
3
assist
million.
herself.
No, she know that they want to assist the parents because ordinarily when somebody want marry, now in parents, now online when they talk, now in parents go put the other small bills, but he won't help the, nobody won't help the man. Please, now the question comes for that. Somebody online they talk, I have to respond. Don't be me. Because if you listen to all this explanation and laughter, that will make you understand. You better put money. 3 million, sir, you go spend in 4 years' time. The question will not let us know what to do. How much informer will deposit in a savings account at the end of every month? Every month. Because you mention every month, that means the amount to be equal. And that makes it annuity. You see, annuity, which is ordinary. It's when you read that, you will not know what they say. When you start, you will have it in mind, future value. But when you reach end, you say every month. That makes it equally. annuity comes in. But which one? We know there is future value, ordinary annuity. There is future value, annuity due. I mean, because you mentioned end, we now know it's ordinary. You must understand the formula to use before you start. So we have started at the rate of what? 60% per annum to enable her to achieve her objective. And we can't do everything together. She has 4 goals. Each goal will be treated separately. We'll get amount for first one, amount for second one. Then she will not be the one to either add everything together and know how much she's going to bring out every month to achieve each, goal. The first time was just 1 year, right? And all the
Vincent,
formula is you have it. Yes.
please, I have a
Go ahead.
question. Okay,
Please
so
ask.
you said you were able to deduce that it's going to be annuity because you said every month.
It's every month now. Every month is annuity. Is equal, right?
Okay.
Because she's going to pay equal amount every month. That makes it annuity. It's no more lump sum. Is it clear?
Well, not every month. Uncle, would it be not the normal future value formula?
I know if you say it is every year, it's still annuity. Rightfully. And because the person has mentioned that how much will she be putting down every month or daily or weekly, it makes it annuity. Because their amount must be equal. So that's the question. Okay. Right. So the first goal, our first goal, we want to look at our first goal. In that our first goal, this is what we have. 1 plus r all raised to power n minus 1 all over what r. The first goal is to rent the house. That will cost, that's the future. Future value, 1.5 million. Amount is going to be putting that every month. Time the A, we are looking for it. You see? 0.2. No, not the color. Good. Now, interest is what? 16 what? 16%. 0. What? Divide by what? 1 year now. 12, it is 1 year. But it's monthly discount or compound. So this is what that's n. Times what? 12, baby. Oh, right like that. Somebody would know that it's 1 year. And is it not 16%? It's 16. Is it clear? The new question no. Minus what? All over 0. What? Over what? Is that okay? This one automatically does not have power. Doesn't have number of years. So issue of multiplying it does not arise. This is ordinary R that does not have R raised to power n. There's no n in it. But this one is one that has n that we need to multiply like that. Is it clear now? So this one?
No, sir.
And that's the formula. The formula says that the n here, n times m. You saw what I showed on the board? M times n. It does not refer to any other one. It's only the power that has n. But this one, assuming this one there, assuming it was 1 plus r, would have done that. But just r. So the r will just be slashed by 12. Is it clear? Formula, that is important. If you just remember the formula, even if you feel like that, and you submit, they know you know what to do. Because they know they don't get the formula. But maybe they say stop. They say you should submit. You're on the right path. Seven is R. Interest rate. Interest rate. This one got. Is it not interest rate 12 months now? Which one? Which formula? Is n not 1 year? Which one I use? This one. If I show this up, I say divide by m. Then m times m. No, this one is future value of ordinary annuity, Abi. That one is future value of lump sum, Abi. I gave you 10 formula. 4, 10. We are using the 7th formula. 7. If you count. Now the 7th one they use. And that is the only one that can work here. Because future value, yeah, the 7th one, which is the future value. Future value. But remember, what you saw before that I was dividing by m applies to any formula and any annuity. When you say monthly, you must divide the R. Even if I did not put that formula, maybe that's that. Okay, that formula for annuity were all yearly. Take note. The formula I gave to you for annuity 1, 2, 3, 4, they were all yearly, and that's why there was no divide by n. But because we have shown you before of daily, weekly dividing by what m, it applies here also. Every month. That's why this ratio R is always sliced by 12. But this formula you saw that time were all yearly. But this one is now monthly compound. And that's how we divided by m. I know I didn't divide that one. Oh, that formula is giving you NM. It applies to compounding monthly. Whether I use this future value of annuity or not, you must do it like this. But assuming the parent did not say monthly, say yearly, we won't bother. We'll just work on it like that. So what you saw that time is yearly. But now that it's monthly, we are referring to our original formula we gave to you that has divide by n. So somebody help us. Just divide this one 0.16 by 12. What do you have? 0.013. Have it? All raised to the power of 12 minus 1. This one is 0. Is it correct? Good. I hope somebody knows that this plus this is 1.013. Have it? Raised to power 12.
Okay, 1 year.
Hello? Can you see it? This one is 1.0313 raised to power 12 minus 1 divided by this. Let's know. Everything. I mean, raised to power 12 minus 1 divided by is what? 12.896. Like this. No more something here. So 290. So 3 have it. To make it 4 decimal. So this is 1.2 million have it. All over 12.8963 equal to what? 8. So someone divide for us. 1.2 million. 94. I mean this divide by. I hope this thing is correct. Everybody agrees. I mean you just need to echo.
It is. It is.
Is it correct?
Yes, it's correct.
Every time I have to check. So I have to check to confirm. So Shebi, at least we all agree that 0.013 is correct, Abi? Abi? So 1.013 raised to the power of 12 minus 1 divide by 0.013. So it's correct. It's 12.8963. That means you put out calculator. I've done my own and it worked. Now when I go back calculator, this one I phone, oh, the one laugh. You don't see anything. You know, and 1.013 raised to power 12 minus 1 equals something. Divide by that one. Is it clear now? Good. Okay. Press 1.01. Raised to power 12. So, raised to 12. What is that here? No, no. Raised to power 12. Result minus that one. Answer. Divide by 0.013. Result. Is it clear? And natural point to get. We are on 60. Should be 629. Abi? 629 now. Approximately 63. Abi? At the come. Where is here? 1.013. Abi? Raised to power 12. That way. No, it's not. Let's pass. This one. Abi? No, answer. Minus 1. That one. Represent. Represent 1. Answer. Divide by the down one. Yeah. Don't say. Okay. Those of us online, are you following? So somebody help us. The result was 93049. Do you like this? 93,000, Abi? So, if we put this one down for 12 months, Abi, to achieve 1.2 million matter. That's the first goal. Gone. Second goal, the formula is still future value. A 1 plus R is our formula. We start dividing if it's monthly or weekly, if it's yearly, we won't bother. So the second goal, what's the second goal? Okay, buy car, buy a car of 2 million in 2 years' time. 2 million. Future value, 2 million. A, we are looking for it. 1 plus 0.16 divided by 12, which we have done before. But N now is 2 years, Abi. So 2 times 12 minus 1 all over 0.16 divided by 12, Abi. It is there, Abi. You need to write monthly. Down, says monthly, Abi. After the whole statement, it was down, we now know. It was annuity. Because Mary reading at the question, from the beginning, we could not determine what it annuity. But it was when they say every month, Abi, that's all we now know it annuity. So 2 million, A, 1.013, all raised to power 24 minus 1 all over 0.013. Has anybody finished calculating? So this is 2 million. A. Somebody help us. It's 2 years, Abi. That's raised to power 24. Already we have divided 0.16 before, and the problem is not difficult. Are we following? Those of us online, are you with us?
Yes, sir.
Yes. It's very simple when you can understand the question.
Please, I didn't get that 12.8963. It's not what I got.
Your calculator no book the that now. I mean, I know press and where. But press what I say you should do. Press 1.013 raised to power times 12. Have you done that? Yeah. Do you have calculator? Is there a new one and old one? Is there a new one and old one?
I didn't raise part 12. Yes.
Oh, yes. Okay, you don't tell her. Okay, this 1.013.
Yes. Plus 1.
3 raised to power
12.
12.
Yes.
Answer
Minus 1.
minus 1. Answer divide 0.013. Answer. You don't get it. When I'm going home, you give me this with my own. Out there, this is another opportunity to try 1.013 raised to power 24 minus 1 divided by this. Another opportunity to try it out. I try my own to check whether it's correct. Is it like that? Say this, please. 27. Do you agree? 27.95 what? Down. Like that. Okay, let's find out. Those who are trying online, you press 1.013 raised to the power of 24. You get answer. Subtract one whole number, you get answer. Divide by 0.013 and you get answer. 27.947. 947. And that is it. Any question? This is 2 million. Divide by 27.9547 equal to 8. Somebody press calculator for us. 71556.35. This is it. She has to be keeping 71,000 every month for 2 years. No, you can't get it. Reason. If you do that, you are wrong now. If you use this planner, multiply by 24, you are wrong. You are wrong. You can't work. Wait.
Hello.
It's not my own. In
Hello.
banking. In fact, hello, I can hear you.
Please check back the final answer. Check the final answer, please.
Say the 71,000.
Yeah.
Say this one.
Yes.
Is it?
71,444.
Okay, they say you know make
It will be 71,544. 71,544.
That 27 is it correct?
Yes,
27.955.
That one is correct. I will make a check. People don't complain. Why don't complain to the assembly? We need to make law. 9547. 544. It should be 44. Is that 35 cover? No, 32 cover.
32 cover. Yeah.
Good. Now, like I was saying, if you say let's multiply, if you are saying loan amortization, hello, you know loan amortization small. You know the loan amortization, how much you are paying every month? If you multiply by 4 years, will you give me the loan? No, you won't. Remember, you are loan amortization. You go over put the loan, you charge the interest, you put and begin to subtract. So you can't just multiply this by, because they will be adding interest for the thing to be complete to what? 2 million. For instance, now, if you put this in the bank, are you following? There will be interest charged on it, which will be added. So, but if you just multiply it by 10, you can't get 2 million. You have to go through that process interest the bank because as you put money in the bank, they will charge interest. Add to it. Now you sabi that one. But I told you, it's not difficult. It's just this, maybe it's future value. So you put this in the bank, they will charge interest. Get that clear. Then you put again every year. The next year you put the same thing. So you carry. No, that 24 months is 2 years, which they will calculate every month. They will do monthly. So that means in a year now we'll do it 12 times. Was another 12 times. Now we'll continue now. What we do is that this is what is going to be putting in the bank. Bank nice idea for the add interest to make sure the thing work up to that level, which is a part of loan amortization or sinking fund idea. Because this is even sinking fund idea. Because sinking fund does not start from that beginning. First 2 periods will be up. Then that money you pay will be what to still go on. Then the other year will be calculated the interest. Like that, going over for 24 months for it to arrive at 2 billion. But that's by the way, what is important is that that's how to get the answer because the question did not ask, you should find out whether it's equal to 2 million. But you need to calculate. And we have done that. Yes.
Can Madam Ushena here
Oshena.
online?
Oshena.
It's online.
Okay. I think Shena, can Madam Oshena, can you hear us? Uchenna. You know, even call her way. Uchenna. So, Uchenna, can you hear us?
Also, Sonia.
Uchenna, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, I can.
Make erudite the host. Make erudite the host. So was transferred to you.
So make
so that we can.
So you have to make erudite the host. Can you do that?
Just click on erudite. You want to make host or just touch.
I hope you can hear me. Uchenna, make erudite the host so that we can record. But this is how you can collect your host back. I don't understand.
I know when network
go carry and go somewhere. There's a way you can make it, you can go. And that's later.
No, please, can you guide me on how to do this? I should
guide
click
how.
on participate participants, right?
Click on participant there.
Click on erudite.
Click on erudite.
Make host.
Make host. You now make host.
Okay. It's done.
Okay, say she has
done.
Thank God for your life. Okay, so the next thing is what is it called? To abroad. I don't know whether you people in Nigeria where they send them abroad. May no japa. But any person japa is not a poor person. Am I correct? Take note of that. No, you won't carry and go. Okay. Sending a younger brother abroad, amounting to 1.3 years, I think. I gotta go take. You don't even send that. It's true. You know, if you change your mind, that's a long time. When somebody promises for many years, it's an issue. Because human beings can easily change. Because say the bank know the price that they pay for. So they are no more going. So third goal, the third goal is the brother. The brother has to go. Good. 3 million, I think. 1.5. A, as usual, 4.16 divided by 12. 3 years, I think, times 12 minus 1 all over 0.16 divided by 12. The same approach. There is A, 1.013 all raised to power 36 minus 1. Somebody must have calculated that for us. Good. Please check. Or not when I finish, you say the one with the right to me. Help us check before we put it down. Don't draw it back.
45.5376.
How much?
45.5376.
Point 5376, Abby. So that would not be going forth and back and forth like that. Time they go. We have this divided by 45.5376 equal to 8. Our amount that she has
32,
32,
939,
939.81.
double.
Good. So that's what she has to be depositing. She say a lot of money. They never reach, never play. They never reach 200,000. They don't reach. They don't reach 200,000. 3 goods. Say don't reach 200. Concern 4 million. Never reach. Per annum, Abi. And they have to collect how much in a month? A month. Abi. So 4 million per annum. So for monthly, how much you go collect? Okay, you still there within. She go spend almost 180,000, half of the salary. They try. Another photo are not plenty. Oh yeah, now. I will show. The last one is the correcting. Oh yeah, copy. What we're doing here is to show you the way to go. You have to go and practice more. We can't do everything. It's not possible. We only do so, show you the way with the few questions we are saying here. So you keep on practicing more questions that you can lay hands on in your textbook, in your past question. Both the one we know and the one we don't know. It's you that is doing that. Keep on solving and solving and solving. But we have given you the way to go. And I believe you will practice very well. So that when question like this come out, whether this type or similar, you should be able to do a good job. Where? Okay, we come and do some whatever. You say normally, so then we should have now the main come. Are we there? Correcting anyone? No, the first goal can go at it. First goal.
Mr. Vincent, can I ask a question?
Please go ahead.
Okay, I want to ask that is it possible that in cases like this, the rates for each of the rates might differ. It might not be 16%.
It made, so, in this case, he's paying it into one bank. I should understand.
Okay.
He's doing it in one bank, so the interest rate will be the same. But if they have decided to make the interest rate different, you also go ahead and do it different. Is that okay?
All right, thank you.
The last one, parents marriage matter, 3 million of it in 4 years' time. 4 years' time. That is the fourth goal of it. The fourth goal. Our fourth goal is 3 million for our parents planning the marriage. 0.16 divided by 12. All raised to power n is 3 years of it. Is it 3 years or 4 years? 4 years. Okay, that means first goal is 1 year. Second is 2 years. Third is 3 years. And the fourth goal is 4 years. Times 12. Minus 1. all over 0.16 divided by 12. We have 3 million equals to A, 0.13, all raised to power 48, I suppose, minus 1 all over 0.013. Somebody help us? 1.013 raised to the power 66.0684. We all agree? We all concur? Are you sure? Is it correct? You better check. I'm not going to change that. Oh, well, we have to calculate. What is the answer? 55? 45?
407.
407.49. Oh, 49 or 52. You still no plenty now, maybe almost less than 200,000, above 200, we will keep that. But some of them will terminate. Like that first time, after 1 year, they will relax. Second one, 2 years. So she can put the bill. 242,000, I mean. She asked him after a while, that's all she needed now. Then go live for house, abi. Go buy motor, now she go buy motor. Wait now. So now the motor we buy now, don't buy am. No go buy am. I go dey buy fuel. Nine sabi. And it depends on the area we go dey look for the house. So if the house rent too much, can change location. And so, and if the kind house we want, na duplex you go there, then bring am down. After na only she dey stay, abi, you go look for mini flat, see? 1 bedroom flat. Places wey money no dey there. Okay. No, they are not approximating like us. We did approximate at least to 3 decimal place. So maybe na 333 go on. So you know that 3 is not to 5. But it will still be the same, just the decimal that will change.
Minus 1.
Okay.
This means nothing divided by 0.013.
3. Okay.
I think my answer.
Now because they're not, but if you follow what we have, we'll get it. So follow us. Approximate, because you must approximate. You can't write everything that the calculator down. No. Even back when they calculate pictures, they will write everything down. When the thing on the enter something, they will approximate. Because if it's cover, you must make it to that smile. You can't let it be more than that.
So for each year,
no, for every month. Every month they go pack everything, go put. But you know, say you have to be tell them the thing where they do. This one are for this one, this one are for this one, this one are for this one. You may open 3 to 4 accounts, this is so rich, or 4 plans in a bank. The bank does that. You can have a bank, the same bank, they can open 4 plans for you.
so for every month,
You won't be there, you go just give them, they will kind of put everywhere. Sign, yes, I won't sign on that. They will just put that. One bank and just do it. Before you even see money, they don't come out. For those years, they are playing with them. Sign on that, they just like if you also have a lot of money, you can tell them that every month you give my papa this, you give my mama this, give my aunt this, my brother this, my first cousin. So, you know, as money pledged by hand, I'm so great distributor. But when you don't come there again, I'm not going to know you. They say it was before. We are saying that one. No go shop it. Should be given red flag. So that one don't go. That's the end of question 1B. We are stepping towards according to that 1C. 1C made us to understand because of the recent reorganization in the hands of money, a poster was paid. That's not. You leave it like that. Because we're not adding. No. Somebody is saying to add. No, we're not adding. In the addition of everything, we're not asked to add. You show how much is going to be putting down in each of the plans. But he knows that he will put on the thing, go add himself and go carry and keep plan. But what we have done is that what is going to be keeping in every plan. And we have shown it. And nobody said we should add. I mean, the question is what? Every month. And this is every month. This is every, add if you want add. I don't show you the thing. Eh? Well, not sit down. 15%. We don't use that yesterday. At the end of every to enable us achieve our objective. So this is what you want to get an idea of what is going to put for every plan, every goal. And we have shown her. It's not left for her to know how much you come up from her pocket every month when you collect salary. We did which one concern dinner, we see the where should they go dinner? We are just going to see. Now wow, the job. We are still on, we have just finished B. We are going to what? C. Is it clear now? So we are moving to C. Is that because of the recent reorganization in Ezomobi, hello, we don't start to. A poster was paid a paltry sum of 50 million. He is considering urgently where he will put that money. Urgent 2 investment options. First, involve a CBN certificate at an interest rate of 16 million, 16% per annum for 4 years. The interest payable semi-what? Annually. Is that okay? That one don't go. They want to put 50 million at it. Good. Another one. Okay, buying a property consisting of 4 flats. The flat will immediately rented out at an annual rent of this for what? 4 years. The first 2 years rent will be paid in advance. Any rent received will immediately deposit in savings account with a current interest rate of 5% per annum. Property value appreciate at the rate of 5% per annum. What's important here is that you want to buy a property. That's what matters to us. This property, get 4 flats, you get 20 flats, no concern. What's important, he wants to buy a property. And this property, I'll be giving it out as rent. That one, no concern. We know he wants to buy the property. He wants to know whether if he use that 50 million to buy the property, and the property appreciates at what? So without 5% appreciation, we use it to calculate and know whether it will make more money in the future compared to what? CBN certificate. Every other gamma is story. Telling us the house, now 4 flats. People go rent that, they go to pay money. That doesn't concern me. But the guy, that it's switch over. Because just single amount, 50 million, I think. And it's going to interest is there, for 4 years. Am I correct? Is it 4 years? 4 years. All of them are for 4 years. So even the rent is 4 years. So everything is for 4 years. But the one we are going to use, the interest, okay, they are all 5%. Property appreciate at 5%, have it? The interest rate is 5%. But the first one, interest rate is how much? 16%, have it? So there are two things involved here. Out of the two, the one that gives us more money is one we're going to choose as the option. We want to buy a house. The house, a 4 flat, a duplex. No concern. But what's important, there's an interest rate of 5%. For how many years? 4 years. Both are for 4 years. So, but he has how much to spend? He wants to spend 50 million. That's his investment plan. He wants to put 2 million in CBN certificate. He also wants to put 2 million in buying of what? House. But the interest rate that money will yield is at the rate of 5% per house. For CBN, it's 16%. They want to know which one will give him more money. And then choose out of the two. That is the understanding there. House, they get a demarcation, have it? If they get whether a duplex, I've been a mini flat, people go rent and that is the issue. The issue is they have money to invest in two types of what? Investment. First investment is CBN, what do they call it? Certificate of it. So CBN, let's just leave that CBN something, certificate, okay? Our future value, present, 1 plus 1, R raised to power n. This one does not mention money. They're all annual. No dividing of anything. We move. Is it semi-annual? Okay, CPS is semi-annual. But the other one is just per annum. So, yeah. So here is a 50 million. 50 million. 1 plus 60% of it. Is it semi? Divided by what? R raised to power 4 times what? Who did there? 50 million into 1 point. That is 0.8 of it. Yeah. Raised to power. Result, somebody. 50 million. 1.28 raised to power 8. Let's see what the future will hold. Why this is a good investment for him. 92 million 546,000 510.
Mr. Vincent, the semi-annually, what did you use for it?
Semi-annually by two. That means they will charge you times a year.
Yeah, that's
so 0.16 is the interest. Semi-annually will divide by 2 because it is twice a year.
Yes.
Now, okay. So we now multiply this by 2. Next. 0.51. That one has gone. The other one is to buy what? House, Abi? To buy house. House or property. Anyway, all of them are property. So you want to buy house. With how much? Which is 50 million. You want to invest on house with 50 million. All of that thing, so there was just description of the property he bought. And that property has 4 flats. Definitely, when he buys that property, he's going to rent it out. Money will come in. But I am concerned that if you spend 50 million on a house, where the property appreciates at 5%, which is the interest rate, I follow. Let's know whether we get money for that. All the house, are no concern. This is 50 million into 1 plus. This one doesn't involve this is just 0.16 raised to power what? 4. No, 0.5, I think. 5%. Good. So you have 50 million into 1.05 all raised to power what? 50 million, what do you have? 60 million, 700 what? 75,000? No. 60 million, 75.
775.
Okay, 775, 312.
0.5.
Point what?
Sir,
That's
this is not 50 million, no. Hello, sir.
This is 50 million.
Hello. It's not
I can
50
hear you.
million, 1.5 million for 4 years. So this is the buying house.
Get the explanation. The man that wants to buy is a full service. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The man that wants to buy,
Yes.
he has 50 million and he wants to invest it in 2 options. Abi?
Yes, sir.
First option was to buy CBN certificate of data. He invested in 50 million. At a particular rate, we got it. He also wants to buy property, a property that, appreciates with 5%. Remember, that property he bought has a description, Abi, for flat.
Yes.
He will want to rent it out. Even when you don't buy and sell, he will buy before renting it out. Abi, we can't be calculating the rent when the property has already bought. But his concern, we are still going to advise him whether to go for property or what not. So property appreciation at 5%, which is the interest rate, and it's 4 years, and it's per annum. So we use the 50 million to find out whether if he buys property, which is the house, whether it's okay for him, or if he buys CPN paper. If possible, if I even buy the CPN paper, I can still sell it more. But that's not important here. That's also something like the land. The land has 4 flats. We're going to rent it out. People will pay in advance, and later they will start paying. That is not important to us. What is important is that you have to buy property first before they start renting it out. So let's know whether property will pay it or not. But they have 50 million.
So what the essence of this 1.5 million?
Those are just analysis that this property, trying to paint it, whether we'll go for it or not. But we're doing our analysis to know whether that property will be good or the CBS certificate will be better. We not consider, we have not even bought the house. We have not bought it.
Knowing what, before you make a investment, not the years ago.
Yes.
If you're buying a house, like you have stated, you know what they want. Just like you mentioned that.
Yes.
Immediately.
In advance.
And then interest rate will go back.
Better. Will be accrued. When it must have bought.
Yeah, when it must have.
Fine. Even that one, we want to consider that one is a different entirely. But we're looking at even this certificate. They would have also said in that question, listen, they would have also said that if you buy this CDS certificate, you can sell it and make more money. That is not important. What's important is that I want to invest 50 million in a house. And the house appreciates by 5, which is called interest rate here. The other one is another 5% there for those rent. That's 1.5 will pay to the bank. 1.5. That is when we have decided to buy the property. Person never buy. They don't count with it. So want to see what he has at that is 50 million. In answer, that house will appreciate by 5%, which is the interest rate. We use the interest rate to even know whether we are going for house or we are going for. After buying, we now decide whether we are going to make profit or what. Because I have invested 50 million and I'll rent it out, whether it will work out. But now what we're looking at is we'll buy the house or not. And from all this information, we're not buying the house. We'll settle for CPS certificate. Because if I invest in the house and the property is appreciating at 5%, this is what I'll have with my 50 million. Remember, this is not semi-annual, it's all annual. But this one is semi-annual. This is what I'll have. Out of these two, I will not decide to buy this. Assuming this one was to be taken. It is when I take this, I will not be considering the rent, whether I'm making profit or not. But for now, there are 2 investments. First investment is better. So you should invest in what? CBS certificate. Because when you go to examination, don't be distracted with some analysis that is not important. This one is twice a year. So CBS certificate, because they could have also told us that when he invests in CBS certificate, he will sell it to the other seller. You can sell that. After 4 years, oh, I'm going to sell it for 20 million. That has nothing to do with my investment decision. Investment is that I have 50 million. I have two options, house and CBN certificate. Which one should I invest? So you must find out. And from the investment future value, this will give us more compared to this. We'll settle for this. If not, we settle for this, we now know whether we're going to make profit in future by selling the CBN certificate. It's when we invest in this, we now know whether the house, when we rent it out, whether some tenants go, oh, or they're not going to pay, or we will look for them every corner. Because that,
And again, sir, the 5% is a new step. One is the interest rate, while the other one is the value
for the property. And on the property we use, they are 5%. But I have to see some property because the property will come back. I want to know whether I'm going to make future value that is more than CBN certificate. Well, this one has more and this one has less. What is inside their product is not important until I know the one I'm investing. And I'm only investing for that up. So if I now invest, I will not do this. If I invest, I will not do this. I will not look for future value of that rent. Those first 2 years, in case you want to make an analysis, those first 2 years, 1.5 million beginning of the year, 1.5 million beginning of the year. I will not do this. But the question has been answered. I will not do this. 1.5 million into 1 plus. How many percent? 5%, Abi? I will not do like this. You know, it's 4 years, Abi. This one is beginning of the year.
Boys don't go. Boys don't go.
At the end of the year, it's not beginning. Plus 1.5 plus 1.5 million into 1.05 all raised to power 1 0 because that was at the end of that last year. So I will add all this together. That will be the future value of what I'm going to realize in that building. I will not compare it to what's in a buyer, which is 50 million. I know where I'm going to make some. So, but that one is not the main thing about the question. That is aftermath. After I must have bought the property, this is waiting go happen. What you see on the board is what we call future value of series of an amount paid. Because this money did not come at the same time. They did not. So we have to see what it is. But this one is of no use. What is important is that are we going to buy the house or not? Number 1. Okay. 1G. Let's just say that 1G that I find my way. Look up. That
Sir,
yes.
so based on this, now he should invest in CBN certificate.
He should invest in the CBN certificate. Letter D, finally for this guy. How much must be contributed monthly, starting from now, into a pension fund to receive a lump sum of 50 million naira in 10 years at the rate of 12.5%? You know, it's pension. I know it. And that should be what? Future, our formula, which is still on the board. Okay, I can clean this up. It's not sinking for you. Feel like say life sinking for too much.
Can you give a scenario where we would experience sinking fund?
So you know this one is pension fund. I know it could be sinking fund. I feel it. But what we are simply saying here is that it's a pension, which makes it an annuity. And this is future value of ordinary annuity, which is also a formula we apply in sinking fund. Don't be saying that sinking fund. So it's a formula we apply for sinking fund. But for this one, it's annuity, future value of ordinary annuity. So because you have said here, contribute starting from now. And that month means don't contribute it at the end of the month. That's why it's contribute. It's not beginning. So it's contribute at the end of the month and it's equal. So is this our formula that's still working? Finally, and with that, we'll call it a day. Starting from now, okay? That now is how much will be contributed from now? Starting from now, that is now, which is A, so that they can realize a sum, Abi, to receive a sum, Abi. That sum he wants to receive is future, Abi. So the future is what? 50 million. We are looking for the amount that will be contributed. 1 plus how many percent? The 12 and what? Somebody press calculator. 12.5 divided by 100. What do you have?
0.01.
0.125.
Okay,
0.125.
0.125. Like this, Abi.
Yes.
Divide by 12 because it's monthly, Abi. How many years? Minus 1 all over 0.1. Oh, sorry. 0.125 divided by what? 12. I hope you can finish it yourself, Abi. Am I correct? But help me again. 50 million equal to A into 1. Somebody divide it.
0.0104.
0.1. Okay,
0.0104.
0.04. Is it like this?
Yes.
Like this, Abi? Good.
Yes.
Raised to power 120, Abi, minus
Yes.
1 all over 0. What is this one? 0.104, Abi. Somebody press that one. Let's quickly run it. A into this. So that I can go.
36.9136.
Is that
236.
236
points.
Point. Is it like this?
Yes.
236 point
9136. 9136.
Oh, they can agree. When you agree, you will now write 50 million all over what you put in that bracket, and that will give you the final answer. On that note, that's all we can possibly take for today. Those of us online, somebody give me. Those of us online, you're welcome to the end of this class. And those of us still sitting, well done for being a part. On my own part, that's all about mathematics for finance revision. And you are expected to practice more on your own. Next time, we'll bring you another topic on a revision status. God bless you. See you when the need arises. Yes? Are they here? Hello, they talk. They talk, they're here. Thank you very much. Oh my God. No, right? I don't want to. So, I'll do this. Okay.